What is going on, guys? It is your boy Tail coming at you with another video, and today I'm going to be telling you guys habits that you do that will ruin your life and how to somewhat fix them, alright? So if you guys like men's style, men's lifestyle, men's fashion, go ahead and click that subscribe button. And with that being said, let's peep this fit and let's get right into the video. Let's go. Number one, you guys have negative self-talk towards each other. Now you got to understand that you guys have an inner monologue. When you're not consciously thinking about it, your subconscious mind constantly replays these thoughts in your head and just constantly repeats it. Well, you may be asking, how do you fix that? Well, I just recently learned something called the Tetris effect. Now, it came from a guy who was playing Tetris at nighttime and started seeing, hearing the theme song and started seeing Tetris effect all the time. What this actually means and how I apply this to my life is before I go to sleep and right when I wake up, I say positive affirmations towards myself. You gotta understand that when you go to sleep and when you wake up, that theta I think it's called, theta brainwaves are strong in your brain. And those are related to the subconscious mind and everything. Also, prayer and meditation can also increase these brainwaves. And I would personally say to introduce these into your life. You know what I mean? That's something you may want to introduce in your daily habit. You know what I mean? You'll find that you'll start dreaming about these affirmations. And from my personal experience, I know that I dreamt of myself repeating these affirmations in my head, which is actually a good sign that it's in your subconscious mind. It's gonna take a while for you guys to reprogram your mind to do so, but I just want to advise you guys that before you go to sleep, or right after you wake up, say positive affirmations in your mind. Instead of blindly looking on social media, I want you guys to catch yourself and then say positive affirmations in the morning. You know what I mean? And the dreams that I was telling you about, that you're saying the affirmations or you're seeing what you want, or the affirmations that you say or a manifestation of that is a sign that it is made into your subconscious mind, meaning that you're going to act accordingly to that. Alright, so yeah, moving on to number 2. Let's go. Now, this is going to get some people mad, but number 2, watching too much red pill content. Now, there's a reason why people say that everything should be in moderation, right? Now, me personally, I try to stay away from this content. Like, yeah, sure, a lot of the information is very, very helpful, but there's a thin line I've noticed that it becomes helpful, but then when you keep on going down that rabbit hole, it just becomes toxic. And then you start gravitating towards something called the black pill ideology. The thing is that with the black pill ideology is that people think, or mainly guys, think that they cannot get a girlfriend or they cannot be socially accepted by society because of their genetic situation. So take for example me, right? Let's say if I took the black pill, right? And I'm 5'3", like really, not like I'm not even lying. I'm 5'3". Let's say I was dwelling on that and saying, oh, well, that's the reason why I can't be with anybody, and da-da-da-da. I move my neck around like that. It's weird. But let's just say, right, a lot of that just becomes toxic over time. You know what I mean? And people start adopting that. That's basically what the black pill ideology is. Now, me personally, I like to keep my opinions down the middle, right? Because in my opinion, and I think this is fact, there is no objective one group that has, or there's no group that has the objective truth. That's just simply not true. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not gonna be like one of those other people that are like, oh, my truth this, my truth that. No. The thing is that this group has the truth, this group has the truth, this group is lying, but at the same token, they're actually telling the truth. You know what I mean? It's just that some people are misled, some people have the truth in what they're saying. You know what I mean? So that's just the way I say it. Just keep your opinions down the middle. Don't gravitate towards extreme opinions, because the thing is that can skew you away from certain people and certain other opinions that you may be trying to learn. You know what I mean? And it can leave you with this narrow perspective of life. I'll give you an example with faith, right? With faith, right? Let's say if I'm a super Christian, right? I'm just a super Christian, right? But I knock down any other religion that tries to talk to me about anything. That is leaving me with a narrow perspective of life. You know what I mean? At the same token, watching too much red pill can kind of leave you with a narrow view of life. You know what I mean? Now you're not going to listen to what other groups have to tell you because you think that your objective truth is the truth. When you should really be trying to say, all right, this person may be wrong on a few points, but in this token, they're telling the truth. All right, so I kind of went on a rant right there. So moving on to number 3, let's go. Number 3, eating junk food. Now, I remember from personal experience, in the morning, I would drink Pepsi, I would eat Doritos along with my chicken and white rice and stuff like that, which was kind of healthy to me. And I always wondered why I was so tired. You know what I mean? Like, I remember, like, man, I'm drinking a Pepsi. I should be, like, energized. I should be hyped, da-da-da-da. Now, how you can change this and how you can make this beneficial to your life is that you don't have to make any drastic changes to your diet. You just need to switch a few things up. Like, for example, with the Doritos, I actually switched those to plantain chips. Now, when I went to my job, like, I work at a grocery store, so I was working at my job, and I looked at the 50-cent bag of chips, and the sodium on there was, like, off the roof. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, was off the roof. But then when I went in the back of plantain chips, the sodium was like 50 milligrams. That means that just the sodium is just high off the roof when you eat chips. Now, I'm gonna give you guys another example, right? I used to drink a Pepsi every morning, right? Pepsi every morning, like a can or a bottle or whatever, right? But I switched it up to this Bai coconut water. Now, this coconut water is a lot more healthier. It has the caffeine that I want in the morning. It has electrolytes. It has vitamin E. It has all this stuff that is actually healthy and good for you. You know what I mean? And I feel a lot better. I just remember just drinking the Bai coconut water and just being energized throughout the day. I was like, oh yeah, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, I just remember that being the case. You know what I mean? Hold on, what do we got here? Not only, yeah, and I'm the kind of person that, like, gets hungry overnight and whatnot. So I would eat bread. I would eat all this stuff, right? Like chips at the end of the night. I just switched over to yogurts, all right? So the yogurt, I think it's Yoplait yogurt, has a high amount of vitamin D in it. So therefore, throughout the day, I'm just getting my vitamins in. You know what I mean? Along, you know, I take multivitamin supplements as well. Of course, you have to do that, right? But what I'm saying is that you guys don't have to switch up your diet. If you guys have a bad habit, find a healthier alternative to what you guys are eating, all right? So yeah, moving on to number 4. Number 4, watching adult content. Now, I'm going to keep this very brief because I know that it's a very sensitive topic to talk about, but let me be that cool little brother that talks to you guys about these typical topics, all right? When you make a habit of watching these movies, it becomes an addiction, and you kind of start to grow a dependence on it, you know what I mean? Now, I remember when I was in high school, there was this kid who was rumored to watch the movies. You know what I mean? All the time, you know what I mean? All up in classrooms and stuff like that. And I remember watching, like, these alpha male videos of, you know, you can't do this and you can't do that, and this is what makes you alpha and not alpha. You guys remember that era, right? I mean, we're kind of living in the aftermath post world of that, right? But anyways, what I remember watching, and then I went ahead and I did my own research on this, is that it's an addiction. It skyrockets your dopamine and just leaves you crashing right afterwards, in the same way that very highly addictive drugs do, which makes them so addictive. Not only this, but you have unrealistic standards and expectations from your significant other. I'm gonna give you guys an example, right? And you start to get unrealistic expectations from people as well. I'm gonna give you guys an example. If you go on Instagram and see all these beautiful models, most of the time, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, most of the time, these pictures are edited, heavily edited, to make these models look perfect. So at the end of it, you have all these unrealistic standards because, you know, you have all these unrealistic standards, and it's just because you're looking at perfection. You're looking at perfection in highly edited videos. You know what I mean? Or not videos. You're looking at highly edited pictures and stuff like that. So to put it in simple terms, if you see, since your expectations are so high, if you see a real 10 out of 10, like a beautiful woman, like 10 out of 10, they'll probably look like a 4 and a 5 to you because your mind is so warped, because you've been watching these adult content for so long. And I'm not just talking about, you know, the hub or nothing like that. I'm talking about going on Instagram and seeing all these beautiful models. I'm talking about OF as well. You know what I mean? Your mind becomes warped. You know what I mean? Because you're seeing all these beautiful perfection. You know what I mean? So therefore, when you go out into the real world does not reflect on that. So therefore, you have all these high expectations. You have all of these unrealistic expectations for people that you don't even know. You know what I mean? And like I said, A 10 out of 10 isn't going to look like a 10 out of 10 for you. It's going to look like a 4 out of 5 to you. Alright? So yeah, moving on to the outro. Let's go. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Do not forget to follow me on Instagram. And your boy Tails out.